not only a star player, but in a role that's very hard to find a consistent star in, the entry fragger role. So it's like you're building a lot of really good things there, but the big question marks for me will always be, can they get Nerds back online? Can Ultimate really live up to expectations? Those are the two questions for me.
Obviously, you can see everyone getting ready. We are finally getting a chance to get into game and kickstart PGL Masters Bucharest. Scrawny, Launders, you've had a nice warm-up with your voices in our podcast. Now we can go into game.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. And well done. It's not easy to wrangle 4 clowns at the same time. So shall we, Launders? Legacy and Team Liquid kicking it off on Mirage. We've got a recent head-to-head as well. So whether or not NAF top frags again, that's the big question on my mind, because you can't forget that after the last major, NAF even said, I don't think I deserve to keep this spot on this team. And so newfound success. It's all about the consistency. Over towards A, we've got Lotto from down under Palace, and he's the first casualty of this one. Lux shaving a player off with the smoke peek, just gets in enough to keep it even. Over towards Ticket, player still tucked in, loses support. He's got more where the first one came from. Dumau goes down with nothing. In fact, Legacy go down with only that first kill on Nerds. And so bomb to be planted. Damage on half of the remaining Liquid players, and a clutch attempt for Lux that would need to be the ace to boot. Elige low, though. A couple of these players primed to be popped, but with him confirming his position, he knows now 4 sets of eyes trained on him. Team Liquid gonna go ahead, win pistol, and as Yanko alluded to, a 5-0 start last time they played Mirage, only to lose the map. This is another chance for Liquid to start off on the right foot.
You see immediately when Lux sees Elige and CT spawn, everyone from Team Liquid moves. And that's going to kind of tell us what kind of game Liquid want to play. And I actually think that could be bad or good because, you know, maybe they shy away from situations that are easily handled if they're a bit more aggressive. Maybe they punish more exits in a game where they needed to do more damage to the economy. But on the good side, maybe they stop losing a lot of their 5v4 rounds and some of the damning stats we've seen from Liquid recently where they're blowing huge advantages. But I don't think the solution to blowing huge advantages is necessarily turtling up as soon as there's any little bit of danger, right? Because you're never going to see the best teams in the world do that. But it might be a nice reaction for now to make sure that they win their 80% rounds consistently.
Flashes through with MP9s. You're going to be expecting aggression with Legacy. And they try to take over the top of middle, but denied.
Feels like this is going to be a perfect chance for Liquid to sort of win again versus a team who just won the whole event.
Sure.
Liquid are the ones who are probably a little bit more angry. They've actually done it pretty well in a lot of their recent games, except they lose one series and they're out of an event because they make it to playoffs. They're not even losing in the groups, right? So, Sadzin. Very interesting spot, but spotted here by siuhy.
Yeah, well held there by siuhy from inside door. You're going to have a Liege on the chase.
That's nice, too. Just guaranteeing some info back right away.
You know, I think it's one of these things that's funny about Team Liquid is we kind of say as Liquid fans that the curse is every roster move they've made has made so much sense on paper.
Agreed.
When it gets announced, there's no real anger at Team Liquid as an organization for the decisions they make in that regard. But how many players get added to this roster only for the team to fail? To never, you know, accomplish what the project feels like it could? Is Liquid just going back to Elige going to be the key to avoid that now? All the changes they've made since the last time he was here, is it all just better with Elige? That's the question. Sitting in the middle as they convert pistol, making sure not to die to the double MP9s.
Well, some people wanted Elige to go to Na'Vi, right?
Yeah,
but
true.
Instead, they just brought Flashy to Liquid. So this might be a new element that helps make this formula just different enough. We also know that siuhy, obviously, worked so well with Cyclone. That was a big factor in his Mouse NXT days. He also worked with Ash when he played on GamerLegion. That was very successful. But it seems like him and a good coach can be a strong relationship. Flashy is still sort of carving out a place for himself in the landscape of strong coaches at the moment, but I feel like he's actually doing a good job.
Always helps when your impact's immediately felt since he's joined the team.
Yeah, you can see the structure improving over time.
So trying again with less towards ramp as opposed to top middle in that moment. Team Liquid going through their protocols with util towards connector. But that A site is dangerously occupied by Legacy at the moment. And a lot to lose here. We're talking about 5 rifles in play for Team Liquid. So a couple of critical kills if the site can hold. Interesting bit of damage here for Naf to make his job all the harder. We've got that bomb towards Catwalk though, so with the kill on Nafly, you'd think they could just avoid this. Lotto getting one with the P250. Now Legacy are going to feel a bit more frisky. You've still got Nerds to control the gun, and again, the emergency protocol over towards Catwalk should take the life out of this one. 5-7 for the triple. Nerds going to make sure that nothing gets grabbed here by Legacy, but still good damage done. And I'm wrong, excuse me. Dumau, hands on an AK, floating around in middle, but bomb planted in the 3-0 conversion in full effect.
Looks like you can hang on to this. A small victory, getting the 2 kills. Certainly could have been an extra on Nerds, and there's still hope that he gets found out, but he's obviously picked quite a safe angle, and Dumau might just walk into him. We'll see how shrewd he is about turning these corners. Like ships in the night. Will pass by. Ultimate goes down. Another for Dumau. That's actually 4 kills in this round for Legacy.
And no ace for Nerds, Mo. 1 shy, but 7-1 start for Nerds. Always love to see it. We know he's well hydrated. He's well relaxed.
It looked like he had lychee in that bottle.
Lychee. Now that's a fruit not everybody eats.
It is a very Asian fruit.
I think it's a fruit. You know, that'd be one of those ones that ends up being a nut or something.
No, it's definitely not.
Are you sure?
Yeah. As an Asian, yes.
All right. Well, op in play towards... Oh, cinematic mode. Dust highlighting that we're looking for a bit more consistency from Sadzin. No critical shots to be missed today is objective number 1 as far as Sadzin's concerned.
It's actually Jackie Chan's favorite fruit.
Lychee.
Yeah.
Really? There's a joke here. I feel like I'm walking into a trap. As Elige does the same, takes a nade down to 66. But again, I like the tempo that Team Liquid are bringing in. Same with even when pistols were stacked on site. Just moving through middle, regardless of any kind of threats posed by Legacy. Trying to keep that pace up. Dumau onto the window hold, catches Elige jumping up. Very awkward here for Elige, trying to just jump and keep himself alive. Not going to happen. We get man advantage Legacy in their first gun round, and now Sadzin's off placed perfectly. Gets a sliver of vision on both players. Can't land either of those chances. And so now siuhy looking to recover off of stairs, and well done here by Dumau. Emerging on the edge of the smoke, pushing ultimate to a 30-second clutch. Sadzin won't open up with that op, but he will indeed close out the round with it. And Legacy's rebuttal starts fast.
It's like this very messy situation throughout the round where Legacy don't pretend that Liquid are just hanging out and being passive. Like, they look for information. They're very aggressive through these smokes. I think this is actually signature to Legacy's playstyle, something they're very good at, and trusting their instincts, I think, shows here. So this wins them the round. Liquid try to crawl through it, and because of those 4 deaths in the previous, Liquid are now not in a position to buy again.
So those 4 deaths that were also versus rifles. No SMG farming was going on to try to save face. Elige down, and the Desert Eagle comes up with nothing. Nissim swapping over to the pistol. They know they've got him on the back foot, but support inbound already. And where there's one, there's more. It's the beauty of Legacy. A lethal pack. And a clean conversion, unlike that of Team Liquid's. Looking for the 5 alive as Dumau goes hunting and makes sure that this pistol round doesn't come up for much. A little bit of damage for Elige, all they end up finding.
This event is where we see if we're going to get used to Legacy, making top placings, and if they're just, they're going to build some stars out of Brazil in this lineup. And I mean, we know as people who have watched them play for some time now, they're here to stay in some form or fashion, right? I feel like their style's going to stay similar, their core is going to stay similar. They're going to grind a lot. They're probably going to pick up some good wins. But I think, as Yanku pointed out, they're also now one of the only full Brazilian lineups.
Yep.
Like, I think there's a lot of fandom to be won there just on that merit alone. They can hold it together and actually be a standout roster.
You know, twofold because of the fact of the way they came into this success. I think that Brazil really latches on to the underdog story. It's one that they really championed, you know, as they burst into the Counter-Strike's scene. And so to do it as Legacy, who, if not for that Bestia situation in Austin, would we really have been talking about, right? So talking about seizing life by the horns, making sure you get to grab the opportunity to follow through. Legacy not just making that one Cinderella story event run, but now making a season of it. Well,
unfortunate.
Flashy won't be happy about that one. Sadzen takes to the top rope of middle.
Well, it was Naflack who said all smokes are on purpose.
Of course.
And he's on Liquid, so he's got some explaining to do.
Exposed top middle, but getting across. That flash just saving him, and Lux caught out bottom mid. So siuhy keeps the pressure up. Ultimate's op supporting the first two in front of him. No control of A site for Liquid whatsoever. So just again, keeping up with their tempo and trying to get a gun into Liege's hands. He knows it's down there. He'll find it. Thing is, we've got Legacy not too far off. Despite losing bodies out mid, they will expose it perfectly. 2 headshots come through between Lotto and dumau, and that's going to take a lot of momentum out of Liquid's sails.
That was beautiful. They were half prepared for it, but he who breaks the smokes, I think, is in the better spot.
Always on your terms. Nissim slips down through underpass. This is a great recovery from a 4 versus 5 down to now just the 4 versus 1.
It's again another round where Legacy, they're not sitting around pretending Liquid aren't there. They know Liquid are going to try to do something. They pick the timing so beautifully. There's another situation with another team where they let everyone get into ladder room, turn the corner on Cat, and then suddenly it's not possible to stop them anymore. But Legacy, they don't doubt themselves. It feels very in tune with the timing here with Team Liquid.
Another one of those moments. Strong start for Liquid. Now tied up. Legacy CT side looking rock solid.
Yeah, you see where all the deaths are, and this is the before it's too late zone on Cat. This is when the CTs are technically the most vulnerable, and because connectors smoke, that's when it's very scary. You're blocked out of vision, but when you break a smoke, the lines that you have inside of connector versus Cat, even from the outside of default on the A site, you can really see from a lot of different vantage points and make it difficult for the Ts who are there, worried about Mirage window being the smoke being broken, worried about someone turning the corner on Cat bricks. They have a lot more paranoia than you do as a CT. Legacy have found some stability now in this game. They look pretty solid right now. I don't mind the way that Liquid are playing. Absolutely not. I think they're moving with a good tempo. They weren't running out of time. They didn't look confused or anything.
Right.
They're just getting interrupted on Legacy's terms.
That's how Legacy plays, on their terms and in your face. And swinging top middle with the rifle they saved. A lot of bodies behind it. dumau, Sadzen, and Lux gonna tear them apart. So Team Liquid right back into the meat grinder that is middle. And now you're just giving Sadzen and Legacy all they need, right? You see the confidence of Sadzen to run up top mid. You're letting Legacy start to take control of the tempo. To hell with your 5v4s in the round previous. To hell with your single AKs top middle. It is not enough to deter Legacy from taking control on their terms. And so they'll take a lead off of the back of that.
It's the one team they want revenge versus, and it was Nafly who kind of stood in their way solo, it feels like, in that series. So I think they're proving a lot to themselves right now. Another buy-up coming in. Ooh. Oh, an excellent kill with the nade to boot to complement that molly. and a lot of space being taken, but countered as well.
Here we go. siuhy kicking it off again. Last time he did so, they still recovered.
Oh,
Legacy.
they're watching it. Oh!
Yes. Triple kill from siuhy here in the 8th round of play.
Why did they turn around? Did someone see him from inside a middle?
I don't think so. They felt like they were very fixated on catwalk. There was 3 players in con, so maybe it's just, you know, siuhy keeping his head on a swivel. Well done, if so. I think the thing with playing against Legacy and having recent tape on top of that, it's like, you know somebody's going to test a play like that. It's exactly why they lost the last 5 versus 4, right? dumau opening smokes, this time dumau trying to play through smokes. So Team Liquid off of the same pathing, out top middle, entry frag found. It's just the follow through that's faster. They're not afraid to stomp. They're not afraid to just instantly pounce on that first kill. Check out the radar, 3 X's inside connector, A site just run down.
Man, I like the way these rounds are playing out from the perspective of both teams because it's the counterplay that's working. I mean, this round, Legacy starting an op-iron connector is just something you do once every couple of rounds. And this round is also the one where Liquid put the perfect utility combo in. If they just passively threw a molly down, push that upper back, they can't take the same level of space as getting this kill right away. And you see that the mollies come in. Oh, is there even an HE? Or was it just 2? There must have been. Or some kind of spam to pair with it. He died too quickly. But making sure that off the first peak, he can't even escape. It's like the exact counter that Legacy have been doing to them inside of middle for these previous couple of rounds.
So there's that flashy impact, perhaps. Just fine-tuning the timings. Off of the tack pause, we also come into now a double op setup for Legacy, so trying to make change-ups of their own, but another fast move. You've already got a player to test you through connector. Lotto and Lux with 1 a pop. It's Nertz's chance to shine, as he's got players in front of him. Cautious about jungle, though, as it remains unsmoked. That timing's afforded dumau a chance to move over towards Ticket, and that push out from him with a double kill. Again, give them an inch and they will take a mile. dumau forcing the fight onto Team Liquid as they tried to flash their way into the connector fights. Legacy right back to the lead.
It looks like it's just all Legacy, but everything just rests on the finest margins in that moment. Legacy are on the same page. They come in together, but I think that one comes down to the first kill. They had that lurk in connector. There was immense pressure on the players on A site. They weren't actually in connector control. And there's a wide swing that Legacy used to get the kill in a 50-50. Without that, I feel that the entire A site would collapse. So again, I don't mind it from Liquid, but I love it from Legacy.
Ooh, flashed in the corner, Sadzin, good cover. And Elige, Nertz at ultimate, just instant answer back. Throw bodies at the problem. And they'll find their trade frags in middle.
Every single round has ended in one zone of the map.
Yep, and quickly. It's a fast sweep for Liquid in this one. They immediately slow things down. No movement here for Legacy. Just anticipating somebody coming up, and sure enough, Nissim still in the right spot. But
here's a moment, right?
2 ops.
It's 2v4, but like getting stringy is the only way that you could potentially lose. However, ultimate takes out Nissim. Now the odds shoot way down.
Sadzin's gotten a kill previously from this position, so Matt will approach him with caution. And Team Liquid gonna get this game going back and forth now. Couple of rounds unanswered either way. Tied up at 5 a pop. That double op setup ends up catching the underpass player off guard as he moves towards B, but it's all too little too late.
It's actually been such a fun game to watch. Every round has had a different flavor, to be honest, and with it being tied, I think that makes sense to me. It's hard to say who the better team is right now. 2 ops come into this round again for Legacy. 2 rounds to go in the half.
Nissim sitting in the open, needs to hit it. Goes back in and misses his second chance as well. It's gonna draw dumau over, Wild Blind and his flank exposed. No need though, it is Nertz, tearing it up on the entry. Single-handedly getting them through this one. And Ultimate's bomb plant's going to confirm it. Team Liquid will take a lead back in this half. It felt like Legacy had the game in their hands.
Man, repeaking is really back, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It used to be this thing where if you repeaked, it was just a sign that you were a terrible player. Like, everyone used to get bullied for it, especially in NA at the pro level. And now, like, there's Molodoi repeaks. You have, like, people fight back for space. They find moments where they don't just fall back to the next natural opposition. It sort of come back into flavor. It's like skinny jeans.
Yeah. Ask Henry G all about it. I was going to say it feels like everybody wants to be Molodoi, and then I'm glad you dropped it.
Yeah, true.
Because I think that's why it's back.
Yeah, somebody does it where it works.
You know, it's like
but it's like Bogdan's Law where Steel's like, but you're not simple.
Yeah, it's like when, you know, Donk had his Katowice performance and everybody instantly started stealing his settings. Yeah. And everybody wanted to be Donk and they just thought, oh, it's easy, just wide swing. I get it.
But if you're going to wide swing, hit your shot and then we won't talk about it. He couldn't do that, and that put the round in jeopardy. Speaking of hitting shots, Nerds headhunting out towards that B site. 11-5 on the half at the moment. Final round of play as well for Liquid's T side. 6 is certainly enough. And playing for a 7th. It's the one map they lost in this previous head-to-head. That was despite NAF's one-man army attempts. Sadzen going wider inside of the B apartments and doing so on his own as Nissim doesn't have that secondary op. And it looks like we're going to get a Legacy taking a look towards top mid. Lux and dumau tethered towards the top of it. siuhy has been operating with a lot of support towards top mid. This time there's nobody with him. Instead going for the double underpass play. And they will find their trade frag. Lux up above them, trying to jump over. Wild! What in the world?
But he just takes that jump up. Insanity out of Lux to get back control and to go tied on the half if they close, which they will versus Ultimate. Easy trade out. Lux taking mid by storm.
That's something you only get from a Legacy player, to be honest.
Oh my God.
That's very fun to watch. Second guy was low, but his angle, they just wouldn't have. There was not a bone in their body that expected him to go for that fight, to jump up on top of a cat and shoot down at them. That's nasty.
It wasn't even the climb up onto the...
They all thought he was just going to walk around on cat, headshot angle as you normally would.
Try to find a duel, slow them down a little. No, and he doesn't even just jump up onto the brick. It's that extra jump onto the far right side of the railing that is more so wild. Just flowing to get the trade frags going. So tied 6-all.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think in the desk talked about sustainability in the play styles. I think that definitely carries over to the conversations about Legacy. They have a signature style. It's very aggressive. They like it. They're good at it. I think they do a lot of adapting on the fly. I think they play a style that they can grind. If you do compare it to Liquid style, it feels like a lot more structured, a lot more thought, a lot more anti-strat. And when you think about Legacy style, it's a lot more personality-based. And I think I like that in a landscape where there's tournaments every single week.
Sure.
Personally.
Okay.
I think both can work, but the structure, I think that's what burns you out more quickly.
It's definitely not as fun.
Yeah, that's you.
And it always feels to me like Legacy are having fun, win or lose. It's because they celebrate every round win. It's because dumau's the loudest guy in the building. But this one's actually been a bit tempered in that regard. We'll see if a second pistol going the way of Legacy instead of Liquid will get them riled up, but Lux jumping around through middle. No resistance just yet. I mean, look at the tempo to this, dude. Just straight up into siuhy's face. It's going to cost him, and siuhy into the corner, traded out by dumau. A site now held by Nerds and Nerds alone. With Berettas and a bomb spotted on the cross, no challenge can be had towards Catwalk. And so this is looking like a very locked-in post-plant when you consider the low health of Elige and NAF as well. siuhy had to go above and beyond to stop it, and his one kill towards window may not be enough. Low health, no kit, and Nerds tucked in. Now the last man up. But again, it's that cat play. Long range hold with the USP, slowly whittling away what's left of Nerds, who will go down with a fight indeed, but it's Legacy to split the pistols and take that lead right back.
he was pulling his recoil down to the floor by the end of that fight. Surprised he even got one more kill, but that'll be split pistols in a game where two might make the difference. Mirage is definitely a question for me. So I don't know who is actually going to take this today. First game of the event, rematch. Team
Recent
who lost
rematch,
was actually better at the event. It's like a lot of things where I'm like, who wins again? And now Legacy have a lead.
Gonna make mincemeat of the SMGs out connector. So if Liquid had a plan here for the 14th round of play, that plan is in shambles. And the setup set ablaze. Wide swing out for Elige denied. siuhy gets away with a better gun. And he has dropped the bomb in front of the ramp. He had a locked-in duel there versus Lotto 1v1. Unfortunately, Nertz working with a measly 10 points of health is not going to be enough, and it still stands as a majority alive with rifles. Good on dumau, really now setting himself apart from the rest of the pack. He is sitting 17-8. He makes sure that that force buy out from Team Liquid doesn't rob away their early momentum either, and it's time for the lead to build. 2 rounds the gap for Legacy. dumau just churning through the mid-play.
Maybe this is a point for a bit later on, but it's just on my mind now.
Say it.
This GSP, I remember this GSP quote where he said a person with a fighter without confidence is like a guy who's rich but has no access to his bank account.
Okay.
And I think that you see that with Liquid. They have the ability to basically beat anybody, and now they're building towards getting the confidence back. Maybe Liquid have a higher ceiling than Legacy, but Legacy are always more sure of themselves.
Sure.
And I think that might be the difference in the short term, and maybe the difference today if they can keep it up.
Locked in with what they know works, and what they know works is working. Following through over top of it. I thought the desk did a good point of just saying that, like, immediately out of the gate with this new Team Liquid project, they kept things simple. They played fast and aggressive CS, enough to clinch that major spot, enough for in the short term to get success so that they can have more runway, as you said, to maybe then get into that ceiling we think they have. The ceiling we've thought that Team Liquid in all its iterations has had for what feels like years now. A tale that's become all too common for this organization. Well, Legacy...
This is a great lean here for Legacy. I mean, look at the map. There is no one in the back of the B side at the moment. Doubled up on Cat. This first kill is everything.
Naf holds, and with Lotto having that grenade in hand, he wasn't ready for the trade, so good on Naf to make the most of that. Lux is going to try to recover this. It's a 3v5 turn 3v4 with damage still on that B anchor, but Nertz is here to support it if need be.
That was so key. I think the big reason this worked is because the B players thought they were sneaking out on Nertz, who was fighting mid. So they didn't know that Naf would be playing on Get Right, and then took a fight on that pillar.
Oh, awkward for Nertz to crawl through the cubby, but he gets away with his frag. Untraded. Nissim's nade goes deep. Nertz, it's a bit more damage on him.
I like that they're peeking, to be honest, but let's see.
And Nertz keeps that pressure up. But you'd hate to jump the gun, so you'll let Ultimate shave him down. And that 3-round lead immediately cut down to 2. Much like Legacy on their CT side, it's the first gun round for Liquid that they use to try to get this defensive half going.
That's the kind of setup you love to see, to punish a walkout like that. It's such a feather in your cap. It's not your typical B setup. What's really important for Nertz to realize is that if he comes off of the wall, then he's exposed to the windows. But as long as he doesn't, and he's just in between those, the turning the cat corner and staying on the wall and staying close to it, making sure he can't be spotted, then all he's doing is encouraging Legacy to try to sneak out on him. And they had to be extremely prepared to be ready for Naf, who's there in basically a position you don't normally double up in. So nicely done. And there's going to be a lot of stuff where they're playing against, each other from their last match that they remember. I think the only difference in the map pools, we had Dust 2 instead of Nuke last time.
Yeah. Correct. A 13-6 win for Team Liquid on that Dust 2 map as well. So Nuke the change-up if we get to the decider. That one Galil for Lux. with pistols in front of it. Going to be charging down the B play. Naf, oh, he ends up recovering nicely because for a second things got sketchy. And while Ultimate deals with the players that do get past Nafly, at least he still ends up finding himself that double kill, and Liquid are ready to sign up for that fight.
Yep. I mean, that's so key. Like the rushes, the sneaky contact plays.
Yes, sir.
Shutting those down is like half the battle with Legacy because they will play fast if you let them. So it's kind of like stage one of this small comeback, and stabilization on CT side is complete here for Liquid. No matter how messy it gets for Nafly, he always gets his in the end, right?
More recently, yes.
More
nice to see him
recently, yeah.
get back to that, because there was a time where Naf was at his literal career low.
Yeah.
This very same year, for the record. 2025 has not been kind.
What's wild, though, is that period is the only blip in his entire career.
Sure. And we thought because of that blip, it was over. You know, what happens when the king of consistency
I didn't think it
becomes
was over, but
consistently bad?
Nafly did.
He did. He truly thought. He thought that he did no longer deserve this position on Team Liquid. Yeesh, Elige, speaking of positions, trying to fall back, ends up getting clipped by dumau. Good chase here from siuhy. A matter of trying to make it happen himself.
I don't mind that. I mean, if he didn't get the kill, it would have been really messy. But instead, Liquid, look, they can actually cut off the underpass play. This covers both the B guy and the cat guy at the same time. So a lot comes down to Nafly, and it really comes down to if they clear it. It's a minute timing. I think they are going to be somewhat ready, but we'll see if they look.
His arrival.
Yeah.
His arrival costs him.
He was a
Naf.
touch early.
Yep.
Don't mind the play, though.
No, sir. You know, Dust was a bit of a critic of siuhy, and in terms of trying to make plays happen himself and maybe sometimes throwing back over, but I think the way that set up the last two CTs, as you alluded to, could have damn well paid off.
Yeah, because there's like your material advantage, but there's also positioning. And
Yes.
if he didn't get that kill, well, suddenly the map control is so much in favor of Legacy, whereas what we saw in that last situation was that Legacy were having to sneak back into a play. I think it's also a Liquid or a man down. That's when you make a move like that. Obviously, he's not planning to get traded, but still, Legacy find a way out. And I think if it was versus another team, Nafly would have slowed that down. But Legacy were quick to make that walking move over to B.
Yep. Shall we throw that round onto the pile of rounds in this opening map where it's come down to some what feels like pretty close duels? Matter of a few seconds. Like that first half had some that back and forth nature we had in that 4 or 5 round streak.
That's what the, it's the art quote of dragging you into the mud. That's what Legacy, they do. They force you to play faster than you're comfortable with. And then when you do, that's where they're best. So I think that's kind of what we saw.
Yeah, you can't make a guy like Naf play fast.
Yeah.
That's what's going to cost him.
I've never seen him walk that fast in my life.
Never.
He's scurrying through underpass.
And yet now we get this pull out of the double op, so Naf is going to anchor himself, cement his feet to the ground as Ultimate has allowed a player into sandwich, luckily covered off by siuhy. They still don't know about Elige, and siuhy yet again in these critical moments is putting forward some good multi-frags.
The reads are so good right now. They have 3A to start.
Eesh, he's not able to get himself that third one, but again, you've maybe set up Elige to catch the remnants of Legacy off guard. You've still got a player over towards the climb up, and Elige gets into the duel but goes down empty-handed. He is the one that had to come up with something as Legacy remain nearby.
It's so important that Liquid put this away. They had a 3A start. They have barely any money left over. They're still right that the C's are here waiting. They've got an op in position. Now it's a 2v3. It was a 4v3 for a second in favor of Liquid. Let's see if they can recover.
They've yet to second guess it, but you can see it starting to creep into the back of their minds. Oh, and the patient op setup of Sadzin is going to topple Nerds, so Naf into another critical moment. Has the op to hold off on Ticket. If Legacy skip a step, if Nafly finds timing, if he interrupts that bomb plant, we'll see what comes of it. You'd think it'd be wild for him to leave towards B at this point, so it feels like he's locked in with Legacy on this A site. A chance to play heroically. Right here, right now.
Oh my goodness.
But the angle's being held by Sadzin, so tough walkout if he wants to go wide, and the bomb obviously not going to plant for him. And sure enough, Sadzin locked in, gets 2 critical closing kills in this one, and Legacy back to where the T side started with this 3-round lead.
And they show some range here. Again, they make you comfortable with the idea that they're going to move fast on everything, and then here they pause for 30 straight seconds on the A ramp, no noise at all, and eventually like Liquid bite. I mean, they didn't have to, but they were really uncomfortable with the idea of, well, maybe it is a retake B that we have to worry about. Legacy, they like to move fast, and in this situation, they don't. So a very good round here for Legacy. A 4v3 situation blown for Liquid, and it isn't one where they have all M4s and tons of utility. They had 2 FAMASes, so it's not one of their worst sort of losses in a winning situation, but at the same time, it was one that might come with the game. They have no money now. They had a great read as well on the setup versus the A site. They've had great reads the CT side and knowing when the B walkout was going to happen, tricking them on lurks and everything. So putting players in the right spot, that's half the game. Hitting your shots is the other.
Liege getting caught out by that Tetris jiggle. That's what ends up opening the A-bomb site. And like you said, it's the round that could come with the game. We see the pistols here for Team Liquid. Gonna be trying to play for overtime. And oh, what could have been. Unfortunately, Liege, this is back-to-back in the series versus Legacy, having a rough Mirage. Oof. He was still able to find his impact on that Dust 2 map that we spoke of. Not a feature of this best of 3 today. But he'll be beating himself up that he wasn't able to get that FAMAS going like siuhy did. Bit of a wasted opportunity as siuhy got his multi-frag last round. Nothing came of it after the fact, and now making quick work of a couple of pistols, looking for their moment to shine here in the 20th round of play. But spread across the map, Legacy. We've seen them act fast, we've seen them slow down, and this is going to be one of those rounds where they just pause out because they know they've got their foot on Liquid's neck right now.
Yeah, you don't see them make too many mistakes in these situations lately.
Which
Can't
is,
help but feel like that comes with the reps.
Yeah, it's such a nice evolution to their gameplay. Forward moving into the A site, clearing out everything, and it is flawless here for Legacy. So certainly looking like they are playing to close out Mirage yet again.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a championship hangover, but for them, it's just more like an afterglow. And again, it's a team that are entering every event, and then they win one finally. I don't think their thirst has been quenched yet. Plus, I think also the closer you get to Budapest, the more energy they have because they know what they did was so special back at Austin under the craziest circumstances. And so I think they're just hoping for a chance where they can get extremely loud again.
We always talk about peaking at the right time. Legacy are peaking before the major because this is the best we've ever seen them. Can they carry it forward? That's the question. From CAC to Bucharest Masters, it's looking good for Legacy, but Ultimate is gonna catch it. So maybe we get a little more game tape here on Mirage. Nertz making the most of it as well with that top mid control off of the op pick. It's one thing to lose the 5v4s, the 4v3s, but a 5 versus 3 on top of it would be damning for Team Liquid. Legacy gonna take a swing at this A site, and they're gonna find siuhy underneath Palace for free. dumau down with his 21st frag. To only 45 health, he'll stand, and Ultimate, this is awkward, just floating out by the bench, eating a flashbang. They are still trying to make this happen. dumau now 3 kills here in round 21. Bomb down behind him. It's another clutch attempt for Nafly, and finally a just simple 1v1.
He's walking connector. dumau has good info in general where he's going to come from. With the amount of time, he will have... Oh, here it is. Oh, the taps. He's low on ammo. Nafly picks a good timing, and I mean, Liquid survive, but this actually gives him a chance to come back. This is overall a good setup. They almost blew a 5v3 advantage.
Almost.
Very close. And after a 4v3, that wasn't so bad. Then a 5v3, that is quite bad. So nice recovery.
Good on dumau to try to take control of that site. Flying through the smokes that were in front of him, letting the site go down to the ticket oppression. He'll be wielding that MAC-10 and leave it to Legacy to seemingly go all in B. Off of the back of some back and forth rounds, it is going to be NAF tested. No cat support this time. It is late to the party because they go for the underpass play instead. Nertz is going to catch dumau, and already announcing themselves on this flank with 1. But there is a second player in position behind Liege, doesn't clear the kitchen corner, and Ultimate still finds that kill through the smoke. It's bomb planted Legacy. It's 2 players towards bench. And it is Nerds to try to be traded out by siuhy. This smoke gives them room to work around. siuhy's gonna clip Lotto's wings, and so now it's gotta be the bench position. Nissim takes attention. Nissim takes 2 kills. Nerds going wide into the corner, trying to keep Liquid alive.
Come on.
Will do exactly that. It is a retake out from Marketplace with 3, and Liquid to double digits.
Now that's using your ammo carefully. In a clutch situation, Nerds saves it. He's the only guy with a positive scoreline right now on Liquid. Saves the day and puts Liquid in a chance again for a come. It's 2 1v1s in these last couple of rounds, but wow, that was very close and not an easy retake at all.
Love the adaptation for Legacy, just barreling into the B site. It's going to keep Liquid on their toes for sure now.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, the flashes were excellent. Nafla was definitely terrified. It was Liquid with 3 players starting in middle, very peeled off of Cat, not ready for a fast B at all.
We don't get to see it from his POV, but if Ultimate doesn't get that trade into the apartments as the smoke is coming back up, like Elige had popped it open, gets caught with his back turned, but before the smoke could fully block off vision, he seemingly gets that clip on Sadzin. And luckily for Legacy, they've still got all the money in the world to play out this round, but it comes to a close economically. If Liquid can push this to round 24, they may just get that OT going.
Legion Naf, there's a lot of time being bought for them, but they haven't really gotten into the game yet. Ultimate the same. Nice shot.
Elige doesn't gamble his life too much, just a couple of bullets through that smoke. But they know mid control is going to be contested. Elige on the other side of his fire, locking horns with Lux and coming out on top with still a quarter health left over. And they're going to try to press into the ramp. But what if Nissim ends up getting both here? That's going to pop A-site wide open. He's not ready. And so Team Liquid making quick work of the economy that was left over with Legacy's streak of rounds. They will find nothing in the 23rd, and Team Liquid can feel this OT coming.
I love that. I mean, you could see the energy coming out of Elige right now. He takes that fight he knows is coming inside of the window, and for Legacy, they think, well, we're still favored here, but that's Elige. He's believing in himself. He's not caught the most kills, but that's a duel he needs to win as a jungle player. That's honestly like the spot he's played probably the longest in his whole career, just so good at handling that much responsibility. You can get pressured from Palace, connector, inside window, lurks, different timings, util damage, and you still have to win your duels. He's talked about that A, B, and C game, but that's a spot where you really just have to be on your A game or it's over.
Legacy looking to make it happen with less. You've got Elige occupied in underpass. He's got the support to get him out of here. Both players bailing out towards Khan. It's an op and Elige. And they're going to go rapidly into the window. dumau's timing ahead of Ultimate. Still the Opera prepared, and Nerds tethered to the other side of the window. Hold 5v3 for Liquid versus Tech9s now. A Deagle in the mix. Sadzin behind inside Khan. Elige to try and disengage as Nerds looks to get into the action, keeping that mid pressure up, but it opens a door for Sadzin, potentially to grab a gun.
Uh-oh.
They closed the last 5v3. This 5v3 was only pistols.
Should be fine. Nafly's in a great spot. He can hang out by himself. Lotto's going to walk up, maybe into his crosshair. Feels like the CTs have an inkling that it's coming this way. Oh, man.
Oh no! Leave it to this one. Round 24.
Oh, no.
Oh,
the
no.
bomb. Wait, that Molly's got to do it. Molly's got to do it.
Yeah,
He got it down.
Just by the skin of his teeth.
No.
Sadzin out from the
No.
corner. It was Tech9s and a Deagle in a 3 versus 5. Ultimate, this one AK spray could have been enough, but leave it to Liquid to lose like this.
No way.
Just when they started to believe, just when they bottomed out the economy, Legacy down by 2 players, still pull out the win on Mirage.
North American Counter-Strike. I love what you do.
Jackie sit down with Nerds, whereby they wanted to see some damage, and damage was done by Nerds. Unfortunately, not enough, Mohan. Across the board for Team Liquid, coming up short by way of the most liquid possible loss. 3 versus 5 versus Pistols.
What's really worrying about that is that it was 3 versus 5 in the end versus the weakest buy that we saw, but it was also a barely recovered 5v3 the round before, barely recovered 4v3 the round before that. So there were already signs that it wasn't Liquid in the most comfortable spot. Split Pistols back on Mirage. They'll try to do it again.
Elige, unfortunately, just with the 1, still keeping man advantage up. So we'll see if siuhy just buying time, back sight with util inbound. Good on Liquid's support, but Legacy see that as an invitation to leave.
Maybe they can get a bomb plan in if they're lucky. There's no one up in halls. No one. Let's see if they slow down too, and if they split up towards Arch and Lane at the same time. This is playing to win the round. And Nafly's in the best spot, I think, to punish this if Nissim isn't careful.
Which he won't be. Stomps his way around it, and Sadzin picking off ultimate's one thing, but Naf locks right into the tall box. And Sadzin gets whittled down. Dual Berettas in Naf's hands bode well. It is Team Liquid winning another opening pistol round.
Yeah, it's always welcome, always a good start. I think Legacy are going to be pretty amped after that last victory, I think. Again, we saw in that very first round that it was a 4v1 retake, almost no chance. You know, Sadzin could have won on the pistol back on Mirage, and Liquid turtled up instantly. And they were so scared of blowing that situation. And then towards the end of the game, they kind of did what they were terrified of, and they lost like numerous man advantage spots. So I think, you know, you've got to kind of prove it all over again.
That's not part of the plan. siuhy eats the flash as they try to get set up for it. Trying to be disruptive at the very least. Gotta love that if you're Liquid. Trying to still keep advantage up with guns and nades. But it's Legacy to play the waiting game.
You know how dangerous they are with these mixed buys.
Oh yeah. A very, very recent example of just how deadly the Tech-9s can be. And you've let Legacy get close to this A site as well. It's going to be a brackets test. Oh, Lotto with that picked up Famas.
Oh, siuhy, don't peek too late.
The rifle that couldn't be protected. Now they're going to try to smoke siuhy off, and he loses his vision. Does he find the right time? Goes for the spam, catches dumau with damage. But still, it's going to be on Nerds. He's able to slip down into the site. Nice kill from siuhy while blind. It's a test over towards the Arch side. Nerds down to 6 bullets in the gun. And you've got Sadzin with the Famas still just trying to pepper him. siuhy's cover's good. Nerds on the recovery. Now Sadzin to the Tech-9. And a USP here for Liquid. Oh, they're going to let it get close, but they're going to maintain the pistol round into the second round win.
I mean, I love the way that Nerds fought that. You just never got a commitment out of him. He just, entire time, it felt like he was going to go for one final wide swing. They were waiting for it. If they believed that he was going to jiggle the entire time, they would have ran up in the sight into him. So, you know, he got in their heads mentally. That was really, really strong. Very low ammo, but still threatened them with his presence.
siuhy gonna make dumau sit for this one. Reflect on his 0-3 start. And Legacy's 0-3 start as well in terms of rounds, because these pistols are not getting the ball rolling towards brackets. We'll find out how confident Team Liquid can be coming off of the close Mirage loss. This is a map that went the distance back at CAC. 13-11 win, squeezed out by Liquid.
Yeah, that's what's always going to make it hard about predicting the series. Legacy built their brand on Inferno. But they were very self-aware about how everyone was catching up to them on this map, and they were going to be able to hold a Vitality-esque streak forever.
Ooh. But a reminder of what can be.
Come on, man. They're just so good on the angles.
But Naf's here towards Pit with the FAMAS to close out. So with the little time that was left, they start charging towards it. No bomb plant with him. No kill on Naf. Majority alive here for Liquid. But it is a tale that we've seen so far all day long. 3-0 starts with pistol wins into first gun rounds being picked up by both teams back on Mirage. So let's see if the solution is now for Legacy. AKs across the board. All the bells and whistles. And a chance to justify their map pick in the series right now. Ooh, siuhy feeling frisky enough to go between the two smokes. And he's going to hear that stomp towards brackets, so this should be A players on high alert, and a deep commitment from siuhy already. Ultimate's going to catch Lux with no support on that arch side. And you know this is Liquid, who is damn well ready for this hit. It's a matter of delivering on the kills. And as Ultimate gets killed over top of Naf, he is now inside of that smoke on short side. 3 backs turn to Naf. They're going to go towards Nerds instead. And that opens a door for Naf to escape with a kill. But Lotto's got the trade back. 2v2, edge taken, single point of health to make the difference. Add this to that pile of rounds that comes down close. Moments of activation there in the middle of the Legacy play. And Lotto gonna get swept under the rug. Here we have it, 4-0 start for Liquid off of the back of a Naf flank through the short smoke.
Pulls off that flank as well because he sees someone from Legacy, who was playing on Arch, spotted someone jumping up on top of the porch roof. Nafly goes into the smoke. The guy up there can clear Pit and know that there's no one on the site peeking from the site box. So I think Nafly uses this information against them, sort of hiding in plain sight. He's got this ephemeral cover in the smoke, but that 15 seconds is enough. You know, no T's can hang out there for like 30 plus seconds with so many threats on the board. So it's another good try from Legacy. Actually, even like their previous rounds, they get good damage with Tech 9s and lower guns, but it's just another one of those situations. It's a 1 round here for Liquid, and they don't allow Legacy to get back into the game.
Legacy were clawing for that arch control as well, but it's all that focus that opened the door for Nafly. Tech 9s and nades, baby. The Legacy special. And nobody too frisky for Liquid in the bracket setup. Just Ultimate on the angle. He got his 1 last round, ended up dying deep inside of the A site as Naf moved it forward. This time falls back as well. Elige gonna be the front man.
Come on.
Okay, of course. dumau flying Tech 9 to the head of Elige, and it is a miss spray down for Naf. A little bit of combat opping as the nade from Ultimate alley-oops himself for the double into the AK. 3 frags with 3 different tools. It's a quad! And with the top rope from Nissim trade back, finally this A site gets cleared. He's got no idea where Nerds could be, but caught over top of balcony. Nissim's clutch comes up big.
Woo, what a moment for Nissim, and unfortunately for Ultimate, he needed every single kill. That was a show-stopping performance from within the site. Kicked off with a no-scope. Almost had all the fixins. Nice try, Ultimate, but in the end, Legacy, all that hard work, it seems like it's paid off. They've done so much damage. They brought these close situations together. The round before this was a 1v2. And now Liquid, although they buy, it's with a 5-7, an MP9, and a Scout.
Oof. They're going to go down middle. Op shot missed by Sadzin. But they're going to be well aware of the threat looming near in mid. They're going to try to throw bodies at the fallback from that Opper. Ooh, and siuhy gets just smashed. See, that's one of those moments. Did he need to?
Oh, that was disconnected, it looks like, because he would only make that push, surely, if they're still pressuring mid. So that Scout falls back. The other Rifler who's peeking mid falls back, and it doesn't seem like siuhy got the message. That's definitely a communication problem, but it's hard to say whose fault it was. I think bad rounds look good when everyone's on the same page.
Sure.
And right there you had...
Woo. Okay, hold on. Rounds live. We've got Nerds that picked up AK. Ooh, Sadzen thinking he would have been still tucked in. Instead, we get a triple kill from Nerds. siuhy's death, not in vain, as it opened up at least a bit of timing for Nerds to follow down with that bottom B control bomb to be scooped up by Lotto uncontested. He could just grab it.
Yeah, you can grab it. It looks like it's not in their view.
I think it fell into the tunnel.
That's fine for him.
Yeah, he's trying to scoop it up without looking away. And he'll make that sprint towards an open A site, or will he?
It would just be wise for him to go here. Like, they're assuming, you know, seconds ago they would definitely doubled up on B. So he's taking a lot of time, but they aren't here. Looks like the plant can come down, even as a moto smoke if you'd like to throw that first.
Yeah, full belt of util, but decides to go for the plant. Now gun in hand, Nerds already spotted him. He is locked into it. He's going to try to volley off for the forward move, and it is Naf from behind. Nerds, huge triple kill from the base of Banana to rob a round back. It was all the money on the line here for Liquid, and they're not going to let those consecutive rounds go Legacy's way.
I think the order of operations may be a little bit off. If he dropped the moto smoke first, he could have tested them to see if they want to come through one at a time. When they respect it, then he plants, then he has the molly. But either way, it's a situation that's won because of Nerds, essentially, at the bottom of B, recovered after that crazy push that they try to put together. So Liquid, despite having an MP9, a 5.7, and a scout, they win.
Yeah, burned out the wrong corner. And that one, I mean, false confidence. To just assume Nerds was gone. Great way for Liquid to kickstart a second wave of CT round wins. Quad A defense here for Liquid.
It's amazing, really. The reads have been splendid for Liquid. They've leaned A the right times on Mirage. They leaned B the right times on Mirage. Here, just showing more of that. But somehow, man.
Legion on the corner, trying to hold them back with the flashes still. They may not anticipate so many bodies here. Critical kill for Ultimate. Gets down off of the balcony. He's going to find a shooting gallery over towards short. Confirmed by Nafu, brings one down with him. Ooh, sick adjustment there for Ultimate. And Elige is going to find those last two kills. He let the player wrap around Arch to get behind him.
It's another big moment for Ultimate.
Yes, sir.
It's three guys that weren't there on Mirage. It was Elige, Ultimate, and Nafly. So we're looking to see a little different here on Inferno.
Kind of letting Legacy walk into the traps these last couple of rounds, whether that was attempting to get past Nerds bottom B.
I mean, if you handed out points for all different things, Liquid won last map in terms of quality. I think the only thing that is just like the key rounds at the end, which is again the evergreen problem for Team Liquid, no matter how long or how many different roster moves they make, is losing bad situations when it matters the most. That still hadn't changed. But they still found more 5v4s. They still found more right reads on CT side. They still had really, you know, strong rounds in there, but this is a much better look.
Legacy's economy still flailing as that one AK hits the ground. Can they even recover it with the smoke up? Nerds has other ideas.
Beautiful.
And he's going to gun down a trio of players just trying to get into the banana control. Frank finding Lotto for half of his health. Tons of damage being done here by Nerds alone. More utility for Lotto. There is no respite, no chance to catch your breath if you are Legacy. Straight up aggression from Liquid and Nerds to certainly take away the momentum. Any momentum they were hoping to find with the bodies they'd throw at B. Utter denial here in round 8. Team Liquid looking flawless on the CT side at the moment. keeping themselves comfortably in the lead with a 6-round gap.
I mean, now it feels like they can't even. Last game, it was very close all the way through, but this is just so one-sided. It's clutch from Liquid. It's really good versus all these different spots. I mean, even as soon as they lose money, they get back into the game. They don't let Legacy build something off the back of one win. Ultimate's playing way better, too. I think that's a significant factor. This one might be unlosable, Connor.
It's never unlosable with Liquid. You should know better. Legacy going to try to crank that dial towards the A site. They've nearly caught Liquid with timing like this before, but Naf is able to get into the engagement, and Sadzin's got the trade. Now Elige at bat, lines up 2, won't be able to finish off Lotto. Got him down to very low health, even lower now, as he sits on 7, frag with siuhy's name on it. siuhy was happy to announce his approach. And also his reposition, jumping out of that corner, lets him know that Arch is now occupied by siuhy, and this is an invite. Lux tries to take that fight knowing where siuhy goes, and instead siuhy hits a critical headshot, and serves up a perfect distraction for Nerds to come out from that apartment's balcony. Lotto in front of him, denied. siuhy with low health, just kind of throwing his life at risk, but coming up with impact each and every step of it. That lead grows now to 7 rounds.
Map 3's guaranteed at this point.
It's never guaranteed.
I've seen everything that we need to see so far.
Nope.
Back against the wall.
Nope.
Unlucky round lost. They come back. They lose on they win on a low buy. Legacy haven't even gotten into the B site once this game.
Nope. Dust has got
half.
Nope.
This half is already over.
Dust has got you all
Mentally.
excited, Launders. Don't buy his snake oil. There's still a T side on the other half of this.
I don't think Ultimate's missed a shot.
It's only when you truly start believing that Team Liquid can let you down. They're destined to make one of those round-losing mistakes right about now, in fact. One of those 5v3 type situations that just reminds you where you are.
2 Galils. There's only smokes left here for Legacy. They can't even put together a real full exec. How are they going to deal with Nafly and Big Pit?
Because siuhy's going to push a smoke. That's the 5v4. Now Liquid will get 2 kills back for man advantage, and
but
then...
Let's be real for a second. If Legacy don't use this as an opportunity to explore the B side, you're going to pull that rotation one more time. They know they're going to run into the more heavily stacked site.
Are they happy to go for it, though? Feels like right about now they have to. 20 seconds.
They're taking a long time for this, man.
Liquid have rocked Nerds back over towards B, just to, at the very least, drop a smoke. But he throws that smoke, and now he starts sprinting back over. Naf with a chance to duel. Multiple bodies in front of him, supported here by Elige. Nobody inside of the site. Elige gets his 2.
Oh my god.
Sadzin's going to put that bomb down. Man advantage taken over. Legacy burned down the clock with a 4 versus 5 ahead of them. And it's not the most egregious round loss, but it is another chance for Legacy to still make something of this half. 4 rounds is the best case scenario for their T side, and it is 2 rounds guaranteed.
Coming out with 3 is actually kind of wild. Like, there was, again, no utility to clear out Big Pit. The only thing they did was pause to get that rotation to leave the A site. That was a good move, obviously, for Team Liquid, who were probably scared about B and weren't pushing anything. But still, this was a pretty good spot for Team Liquid. Definitely goes awry. And again, I mean, Ultimate not missing.
Okay, a triple kill for the road there. And again, economy was important.
Yeah.
You've got everybody barring Sadzin under $4,000 here.
2 rounds to go. They're going to have the exact same buy as last round.
And if they lose the 11th, that is their hopes of getting a third up in
scratch that.
smoke.
Because of Ultimate, they have 0 AKs this round.
Ouch. All right.
Game's over.
Well, the half almost is. These drop by half. It looks like Nerds wants to keep the pressure on. Looking to fight for Banana. Sadson down to 1 health. Oh, boy.
Ah.
Nothing like a team nade to really kill your momentum. 1 health. Blown to smithereens by your ally. And a 5 versus 3 for Liquid off the back of that one. So maybe it's Legacy on the receiving end of the beatdown here for map 2. Feels like a far less fluid Legacy throughout this T side, a little more stifled than they were on Mirage.
I agree. Not so dynamic. I thought really committing to kind of the first place they look. One interesting mid-round, but again, Ultimate just
you're right.
blue sticks.
Has not missed and won't miss under pressure towards the B site. Lux 3 kills to his name in 11 rounds of play. And I don't think he's destined to hang on to this Galil. Nertz already bottom mid control. Just don't die after time. Economically, you're already in such a world of hurt in the next round. Brother, you're going to need to die.
Yeah, he probably should have just fought.
Should have been dead already. Now you're going to die after time, bucko. Or are you? 3 more players coming. Yeah, sure enough, there's no escape, and there never was going to be. So he'll have $600 for this much-needed 3rd round win.
Yeah, the only thing worse than dying is dying broke. Oh man, that's the nade.
It's a hell of a bounce on that one.
Oof, I thought that just hit someone in their back. Oh, that couldn't have gone worse.
Really, Legacy in a tailspin here for the T side. Woof, and Ultimate gonna keep that pressure up.
What a half from Ultimate.
Fantastic. 16 kills to his name. We're going to get this attempt to the B site. You said it earlier. Legacy haven't even put a foot on B. For the first time in 12 rounds, they are on the B bomb site. The pistol had them on the cusp of it. And now Elige instantly melts the 2 players in sight without the plant. Low health here for Sadson as well. And it is going to be a quick ejection from Elige over towards the site to make sure that they keep majority alive. Double digits, Team Liquid. What a rock-solid CT side.
It's beautiful. No, and the game is 2 halves because mentally it is, but otherwise they're just leagues ahead of what we've seen from Legacy so far. Mirage was so competitive. This was just not an awesome game and half from the individuals, definitely, but both from the individuals and as a team in terms of preparation. They stacked the right sides. I think Legacy definitely could have tried harder to squeeze more in the way of rotations out of the rounds. The one round that they did win that was convincing was one where they tried something a little bit more tactical or strategic. But outside of that, they were pretty one note about their attacks. They only went B after 5 or 6 rounds of trying A, and that eventually showing them no results. And yeah, I think this is where the rubber has met the road for Liquid. It's what we saw in Mirage, but now not losing the unlosable situations. There's still time, but Dust said they're back, so.
He did say they're back. Well, actually, the funny part is he said they were back before map 1, and then he wouldn't say it for map 2.
Oh, okay.
And now look what's happened. Keep trying, Dust.
That's the average Liquid fan.
Exactly, you can't blame him.
Waving in the wind like a palm tree.
He is the embodiment of the NA experience. You never know when to have faith and when to give up hope. But a 10-2 half, well, what more could you ask for as a Liquid fan? Flashes into brackets, and Lux is alone here. He's got to try to think about falling back. He's got 2 defenders inside sight. They hear that drop down from the balcony. Nissim activates with the Berettas. They know about Sadzin. They're going to try to double swing to clear out this pit, but he holds the line with the 1-kill. siuhy double back. And with the bomb scooped up and no more challenges in through brackets, it is a bloodbath inside of the A site, but a 2v2, and siuhy on for the ace and the pistol. Eats the flashbang, needs all 5. And as he spots Lotto over towards Moto, Lotto's gonna chuck that nade out, misses him, but still hits the headshot to deny the ace and to give Legacy a split pistol on map 2, just like back on map 1.
Damn, it's not just that, it's 4 kills, but he was top on the board here for Liquid. Without that, he's playing extremely well here on Inferno, and I think Dust called him out for sometimes doing a bit too much as an IGL, especially surrounded by the talent that he's in. And that kind of strikes me as a player like Alexi B who can pop off, and so he does take more on his shoulders individually than some other IGLs. I agree sometimes it can be too much. I think the same thing for Alexi B, but I also I've always appreciated when an IGL does put their individual level up a little bit. They don't treat themselves as just an expendable 5th player on the team. I don't know. That's just my personal view, is that sometimes I think if you're in IGL, you're just playing terribly all the time, you're also going to call terribly. It's going to affect you in more ways than just fragging. So
yeah, I wouldn't want to join the server every day thinking of myself as just a meat bag.
Yeah, exactly.
This is one of those examples of what siuhy can do on a good day, on a good map.
But I think one thing that does make sense is, if siuhy makes a push really aggressive through a smoke and gives up important situations. And again, it's maybe when the team's not on the same page, that's when it just gets real ugly for Liquid. We'll keep an eye on that, though.
No confirmation of just how close.
Yeah, they're
Liquid
very
are.
close, and they're coming. That nade does a lot, though.
And an incendiary down in front of it. Flashbang is good enough to deal with dumau's support for a moment.
Such a good job on the fallback utility, never exposing themselves, using their angles to bank their nades.
And always credit when you don't expose yourself to throw the nades unnecessarily. Even in the top levels of Counter-Strike, we still get it. Every once in a while, you think you'll get away with it, only to cost yourself a bomb site. So for the sake of keeping that momentum going, making sure the gun round is enough, Legacy melting Team Liquid in their approach. And Naf's going to just have to go ahead and run for the save here. FAMAS in hand. Time expires. His money's not going anywhere. $300. Better hope you're able to hold this, FAMAS, because dumau's actually on the prowl. But he goes the wrong way. Had he come up into the apartments, then maybe there's a test here for Naf. Instead, it's a FAMAS in the next one for the Canadian.
Yeah, it's like, is that even much of a prize? T-side FAMAS and $300.
Woo!
It's like, enjoy your golden cage.
Yeah. It's nice to see every pistol round being converted so far in this series. We're not that sloppy. Critical Tech 9 round that should have never been won by Legacy to close Mirage, sure. But in terms of starting halves, no glaring errors. Looks at the crossfire, eats the flash, but not going to be a problem. Sadzin had full vision, and it's just enough between the two of them to set up Lux. Ooh, but he peeks into Ultimate, who again has not missed a single shot. Doesn't matter. Don't care what you say. The Op, the Deegs, they've found their home. Doesn't look like he's going to be getting away with a bomb plant, but still Legacy with a long game of catch-up ahead. However, CT side of Inferno, Mohan, and Legacy on the other, and Liquid on the other end.
there's no reason for me to say this, but if Furia are Brazilian, then Liquid are Polish.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, Elige, yeah, okay. No, you're right. I mean, Elige and Naf are both from Polish families. Markovic and
Naf, I'm talking about siuhy ultimate
siuhy
Elige.
Yeah, but I'm giving you that extra half point.
Extra half point.
Extra half point. Your point is even more valid than you realized.
Dude, if you combine them, that's one Polish guy.
They
Elige
are
and
actually,
Nafly.
they might be more Polish than Furia are Brazilian. Think about it. Take a second.
They're lucky
Consider
they
it.
have Sid.
Ah, that's true. Sid makes the difference.
They're lucky they have Sid, yeah.
Sid makes the difference. But you're not wrong. It's a deceivingly Polish team, Team Liquid. Up into the apartments goes Nissim, trying to play the Radiator. And now instantly transitioning into the A-take. Elige sees that as an open door, but Lotto's got the instant headshot back. And you've got a player behind you, Naf. Ooh, but a player that misses his chance will recover it and clear out the balcony. Still, the pressure remains here for Liquid. They see this as an attempt to take over the A site. siuhy loses the duel.
That's big.
And Lux with his second frag loses his rotation, but he has slowed down the round by killing that bomb carrier. And Nerds has got to take his time, wrapping back around it. Sadzin doesn't want to fully activate on the flank just yet. He'll take his time. And Ultimate's going to walk right into this up crosshair. Doesn't consider the closer corner. And Sadzin going to give up information to Nerds. He knows he's climbing up into that window. Nerds knows this is an isolated 1v1 on site for now.
Got it. And he knows that this is a wrap around. This is kind of beautiful from Nerds. And going Arch is crazy because it can actually cut off their next rotation and get to B if he wants to. Let's see if he hangs out for a second.
They will. Legacy wait this out. Oh, Sadzin with that gap.
That's crazy that he waited. And it still gives Nerds a way out, though. He knows that they've gone here.
They're also going to be timid on clearing out spawn until that bomb plant comes through. So he has bought himself enough time to reposition post the plant.
So where does Nerds play from? He knows he has a little bit of time to get somewhere. They'll pick up a kid along the way. They have really good utility to flush him out. Well, no Molly, but
if they don't clear Church on this retake, if they don't clear Church, they are going to be fixated on coffins, I think.
I love this way of playing Emo. It's a little bit more aggressive, but if they get sloppy with their clears, he gets away with one kill.
Ooh, they're thinking back Church still. One player turned. Sadzin going to drop smoke. They're turned around, and the trait still comes through.
Messy.
They played it a little sloppy. They played it a little wild, but that is Legacy in their essence. And so able to get the trade frag back. Definitely gave Nerds a chance to close the clutch, but instead it is Legacy's round to take away. 4 rounds the gap.
Yep, not such a big gap anymore. These key clutches might make the difference for Liquid to close out this game. Not that there's any doubt.
None at all?
If Dust still believes, I believe.
Unfortunately, Dust didn't believe. But he's a man of logic, that's why. Man, that was a wild retake.
Yeah.
A passionate retake.
I understand.
Eats the flash, hits the shot. siuhy lucky to still be standing.
Right in his toenail.
Oof. Sadzin takes another look at it with the jump spot too. Sees the approach coming out for Liquid.
Legacy getting more active, more energetic. Shot's not good.
No, Elige able to jump on that one. Sure, siuhy is wounded, but this is still 4v2, and Lux is going to get blindsided. Ultimate here with the support, and siuhy is going to try to take a deep one into spawn. Legacy are onto a save already, so Elige sensing blood in the water on top of that A site able to just kick the door off the hinges, and it is Liquid to finally break through on this T side. Their first round win comes 5 rounds into the offense.
The utility was sparse, but it was so well placed. I mean, the one flash got the op back. That shot couldn't be hit. They weren't ready for how quickly Liquid were ready to move after that one piece of utility came out. And then before you know it, I mean, you've got someone getting shot in the back in Moto. That's not often happening to Legacy. So that's a pace that Liquid brought that I feel like Legacy just, I think we're thinking about, but definitely we're not adequately prepared.
I think that's a great round where we can just kind of throw out that this is a different Team Liquid. This is one that has one of those key killers on the front line.
Yeah,
Elige,
this is a difference round here.
jackknife of an opener.
Yeah, that said, hard guy to replace. Consistent entry fragger, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, don't let Donk fool you. It's the hardest role to be consistent in.
And a new tool for siuhy. An entry for him to work alongside. We know siuhy will take those moves if need be. Kerrigan-esque in that essence. Nissim again with the balcony play, this time more successful and tethered off of Lux, who now has the job of going back into the brackets hold as well. So Lux pivotal between these two teammates, and this round win pivotal for Legacy's CT side to not get reset. Team Liquid, that was the ask, and Ultimate may be playing lights out, but denied by aggression. 5 strong here by Legacy, taking the fight to Team Liquid on both fronts.
I love it. They won't make it easy, that's for sure.
1 round all Liquid get. Key play here by Lux between his 2 teammates. Helping out first with the frag on Naf, shaving off siuhy. And dumau seeing that as a chance to take over B because there was 0 presence there for Liquid. So 4-round lead still, all Liquid have, not the immediate 12th to the board. And we're gonna get a challenge here from dumau, player close while blind. No, it's not. It's Nerds from the background to give him that critical cover. siuhy over top with more damage. It's a world of pressure here for Lux. A flash to try to hold them back, but he eats it himself as he just tucks into the new box. And is there stray utility to get him out of here? Doesn't look like it.
There's even a lurker on A.
Naf, that frag grenade not a part of it. Blind spray commitment here for Nerds, and it is Liquid to just try to pounce on the moment. And it works. You're gonna find Sadzin over towards apartments. Liquid take their 12th by storm.
And you love that. They kept the options open. They had a really strong B attack. Obviously, so much comes down to Nerds' timing. He has to hit a shot with his eyes closed as well. dumau's going to be really frustrated about that. It was about to look good for Legacy. It would have been 8-10. That 1 kill on Nerds. If they stopped it, like surely the round comes with that banana control and everything. Liquid pull up clutch. Sadzin full kitty utility. Lots to hold on to with this AK and everything else. So can't do it. However, that gets knocked down here for Elige. And now it's a 5-round game.
Legacy going to be beating themselves up that their T side was as flat as it was because this CT side has legs to stand on. But Liquid meet the quota of overtime. Legacy's 20th round comes through with guns in hand. Light on nades, but not light on B defenders, where Liquid look to take an early attack. Already through the smokes. Already with banana bomb in tow. Sadzin missed chance. Insta entry here for Elige. Lotto dropping his utility, gets bested by Elige's frag grenade. That is a perfect bit of spray through the smoke for dumau. It's just enough of a Hail Mary to keep them competitive in this one. Or Liquid already with a 3rd terrorist round win, close out Inferno.
They're so slow to this. Lux has to go all the way in through underpass, around to B.
It's going to take time. And Naf holds off on that flank for now. Lux stomping his way upwards, gives a win to Nafly. Man advantage here for Liquid in the post plant, and Legacy CT side not going to be as dominant of that of Team Liquid. You can try to chase him down, but this is a double entry from a Liege, and a huge moment for Liquid to put distance between them and Legacy on a map that last time they just barely won. Now we're going to Nuke as the decider. An unknown entity between these two teams, as this head-to-head is still so fresh and recent.
I know you want to say it, Dust, but
Whatever do you mean, Sam?
you
And Liquid to decide this opening game of the PGL Bucharest Masters, Mohan. Do you believe? That is the question. Do you believe in a Team Liquid's ability to close out? I will say this. It is nice to see Nertz having a series as strong as he is. Across both these maps now, loss be damned back on Mirage. He is showing himself to be the star of the day for Team Liquid. Obviously up against the Legacy that seemingly kind of disappeared in that first half of Inferno. Unfortunately, their first half betrayed them, and so they've now got to close out on Nuke if they want to take this win over Liquid. A little bit of revenge in a group stage game. A group stage where Liquid still have that victory over top of them. Trophy, sure. Legacy, you've got it. But Liquid did take you down a notch. Nissim, speaking about being down in the depths of this B site, is hiding behind it, and it's Lotto and Lux to come out with the kills. But we're going to stay even here. We have stayed so even across these pistols in the series. Down to the final two. And Liege back sight, under pressure, low health, can only manage the frag on Lotto. We've got an ultimate clutch attempt to kick off map 3. He saw that player towards ramp. Both players confirmed. Just got to hit the shots. Finishes off dumau. Low health sets.
Oh, come on.
Can't manage. That close, folks. But it's a Legacy CT pistol win instead.
That's a stellar try from Ultimate. You know, couldn't have played it better, to be honest. Just didn't hit that extra shot. Bullet in the head in that 1v1. Nice try. Another back and forth close situation. High action. That's what we got all series here from these two rosters. One thing I like about Liege on this Liquid is not every single conversation is just about him like it was on FaZe. He's just there contributing, doing well or not, but it's not just everything Liege.
Or complexity, you know?
Yeah.
It's been all Liege whenever he's on a team.
It's true.
Shouldn't have to be with this one, and hasn't been. siuhy's pressure in through main.
Oh,
ooh,
what?
They thought they could just push him over the line. They thought that with him being so low, this was an easy kill.
No!
Both times.
One health.
siuhy, both sides.
That's crazy.
Of that pressure. What a perfect distraction as well. Nissim needs to know that ramp could be compromised.
That's a game winner. That's crazy. Not a game winner, a round winner, I should say.
It's over.
I believe. No.
Team Liquid, they may still find a way to throw this over. siuhy doing his absolute best to get him into this post plant. Sadsin already slipping out from the bottom of that ramp. Liege sees it as an invitation to go wide and to pepper the ramp approach. Nertz catching wind of the other player inside of vent, but not doing enough to keep him off of decon. Liege is compromised. Nertz couldn't do it, couldn't save him.
That was bad comms.
Wow, again.
That's trying to think if there was just a way to... Obviously, he ran all the way through decon and Liege was exposed back sight, but like that retake was going to have to happen. That nade was, you know, meant to zone Nertz into a fight that he was going to take damage in, and Nertz ran from it, but that... Yeah, I mean, he's thinking about himself in that spot. This is just so ridiculous. He's even getting pre-fire spammed. One bullet through the wall down to 1 HP and gets those 2 kills. Okay, well, started with game winner, went to round winner. It looks like it was neither.
Great round from Nissim in the end.
True.
2 critical kills and a bomb site that looked absolutely taken over by Team Liquid. Gets recovered by Legacy. They convert pistol. siuhy's going to keep them on their toes, and obviously the buy-in here for Liquid is meant to just try to pounce on top of this early pressure. Lux has got support, And the CTs come up with a couple kills, but Ultimate ends up trying to find that reopening towards this exit. Fast lobby flank. They know there's bodies over towards this vent, but they don't know about Nissim. Another chance to shine in a critical mid-round moment. Nerds on the recovery, down to 30 health. And Nissim could have wrapped back around that lobby, but instead he takes position inside sight.
Oh, Nerds is going to wait for it.
His head on a silver platter.
Wow.
Nerds is able to close out, and Liquid will break through early.
That's a smart man right there. Perfect read. Exactly how Legacy were going to play it. Aggressive in the 1v1. They saved by Nerds. Another nice kill from siuhy. He's kind of popping off right now. Yeah, that's pretty huge. The first time a 3-0 start hasn't been converted.
Writing was on the wall with how close the second round was.
Oh, this is perfect that the smoke pops exactly to assist Elise to run the entire way through. No vision given.
Rotation made.
And now there's just this subversive pressure over on ramp with this early secret control taken. CTs are really crumpled up, having to watch Mini, having to watch outside. And it looks like they'll just release that pressure entirely on ramp and say, screw it. If you want to take it, go for it. We're going to hope it's a fake.
This op into the equation. Scouring outer for that contact, but none made. Utility's going to let him know that he maybe just missed the timing, but he is fully committed to that A site now, jumping down into the back of it, and they would love to have a Heaven player in this moment. The trade-off is they've got to get aggressive. If you're going to commit Sads into the site like this, the potential for this Heaven wrap has to be thought of.
Yeah, well, they got the secret, but they're kind of using it more as a fake. They're just not using ramp at all, and instead are going to wrap to Heaven. There is no lobby lurk to sit back and watch for this information. CTs don't know what's happening, which is always going to benefit Liquid, but still, lots of people here. Oh, dude,
what an
siuhy.
entry. siuhy just deletes the one potential savior of Legacy on that A site.
He's going crazy right now.
And they still kind of felt like 1 foot in each setup with nobody fully going through the lobby play just yet. Maybe thinking they had a bit more timing, but desperate to get out through that vent. 5 strong for Liquid. And you said the word perfect because of that smoke to cover Elige, to get him down into secret. And the perfection continued because that rock back towards Heaven was the perfect call.
Yeah, I mean, they don't lose a single player because siuhy just hits this too. I mean, he's putting in work with these first kills.
You know, numerically, siuhy wasn't quite there back on Mirage, but there was a couple of critical, you know, the double FAMAS spray down that could have won them that A site once. The makings of a good series were there for siuhy.
Everyone's got the chance with Nuke to play good on 2 out of 3 maps now, so.
It's Nerds looking to be MVP of this series.
Elige forced to put in reps on Nuke after joining FaZe. Now it's just a mainstay back on Liquid.
Yeah, the one man that could take Rain's position of outer away from him.
That must be an interesting opportunity for him. You know, it doesn't have the standards of Rain to sort of fill. Back on a team that knows him well.
Doing a lot outside on his own. Trying to confirm where Legacy are at in numbers. And it is indeed here in front of Elige. 3 players to try to swing out on him, but he's happy to just lean back and clean up. Triple kill for Elige. 4th player is going to topple him. It's an AK for Sadzin, but it's too far removed from the commitment here of Liquid, and Elige did exactly what he had to do to serve up Liquid's early lead. 3-round T side, 5 rounds into play.
You gotta be careful with those dollars on Nuke too, man. CT side on a lot of maps has significant advantages, but it mostly starts with having a lot of money. If you have all the money, you have the op and the full nades and the kits, then you can really streak, but Liquid have already put that in jeopardy here for Legacy.
No way. Poor siuhy. But can't be too upset with it. Liquid 3-2 on the T side. He just belongs in that Liquid jersey, doesn't he?
Yeah. Flashy?
No.
Yeah.
A liege.
Yeah, definitely. It just looks right. I think at the very least, they're on to something.
Yeah, sure. All the roster moves in the world and was just bringing a liege back that we should have been prioritizing.
That's right.
Don't get me wrong, it was cool to see a liege in a stint with a North American org like Complexity.
Or FaZe.
It would have been wrong. Nah, you know, in hindsight.
North American org.
Oh. Liege, what are you up to? What are you up to? Oh, the player top silo is going to distract Lux. Oh, yeah, he was cautious about it. You could see him checking garage in the off chance.
Very
but Elige's
nice.
pathing here is clean.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, but not as clean as Nissim sprayed down.
1 health on Nav.
Yes, sir. Nerds just got slammed, and it was almost all Nissim. But Naf's response...
But Naf's going to walk back. This is just very awkward now. Elige would love to be able to do more, but he can't just give up his cover. He's got to lurk around. No full vision on everyone else, and Ultimate's got an op. This is a very strained Liquid.
He's got time here, Elige.
This one duel right here. This could be it.
Ultimate's clearing it, and he's cautious on the approach, keeps his full health up, and Elige is then able to activate off of the back of that one. Naf surviving with 1 health makes this round so different.
Yeah, seriously. He has to keep an eye on that ramp, rotate.
But they could still squander this. Sadzin gonna find Naf jumping around with Molotovs in the back of the A site.
Time to get creative. I mean, Sadzin's got a little time.
He was thinking they'd go B.
Or go HUD or whatever.
Ultimate instead plants front sight, and it is Sadzin right back into the heaven play. Gonna try to get himself out on the Elige duel, but Elige with a 3rd kill on the round went silent inside of Garage just long enough because of Ultimate's caution versus dumau's aggression out in hut, because Naf is able to survive that fight with 1 HP, add it to the pile. Another round that's close, but another one that comes up Liquid.
Love the way Elige, played this whole situation. I mean, it's just, and I feel like the conversations have just quieted down about him a little bit more, and it's just like more about the whole team, because he isn't just being overtly aggressive, but here he still gets to be aggressive. He still gets to take first fights, but also still play well within the structure of the round. And here he is, top of the board. He's got Liquid on this 2-round lead. Legacy on the back foot on this low buy. He's looking very solid outside.
Lux's disruption with that 1 single M4, not enough to stop Liquid from taking Outer, from crawling close to hell already. They're coming at it from so many different angles that Elige isn't going to slow down on the tempo of all this. Sure, you spot a player like Nerds that far back, you may not anticipate Elige to be here so quickly. Flash comes through, Sadzin steps forth. Oof, and it is getting dismantled swiftly.
Dude, he's like donk right now.
Yeah,
so
Elige
good.
triple locked in. 12-4 is Elige's start, only 7 rounds into this T side.
I mean, it's the methodical guy we know and love, but so well supported and still aggressive. It's just looking perfect, really. I mean, when Alicia's playing well like this, is the kind of demo that anyone can learn from. Some guys are so go with the flow. There's just so many exceptions they look for, but Elige, you can just see how sort of perfect every movement is with the support that he's getting.
It's a scary spot for Legacy to be in early on here in the decider. Elige trying to force you into a tailspin, and the supportive staff around him right now. Naf going to sprinkle in the 1-tap. Nerds' pressure will never be too far away, and siuhy's got an impact as well in this first start of the T side.
Liquid might have the lowest floor and highest ceiling in this game, right? And
Sure.
Legacy have a much better floor overall, but this is where the ceiling could actually make the difference. Liquid already solid on Inferno, much more consistent than Mirage. Now really taking off on a T side, and Liege looking so integrated already to this Nuke T side. It's kind of just making me wonder if Legacy should have just tried to go back to Dust 2, even though they lost it last time.
Yeah, analysts brought that up, right? In the veto, Dust was surprised that round 2 ban was that Dust 2 plate. Legacy, they've got the reps, they've got the wins. And they still have the runway here on Nuke to shut it down, but we're going to need an answer right about now. But who can answer a 12-5 Elige? That's the question. Because that's the ceiling. Team Liquid using their newest piece to great success so far. Again, faster tempo, outer, wall of smokes, miss nade. And it's just that unknowingness.
Oh, here he is again.
Not to mention the invitation. Elige hears that util being thrown out by the garage, knows there's a duel to be had.
You're just getting variety, too. Every single round is a new attempt, a new take.
Team Liquid flipping through the pages of the playbook, and all this while Nerds is up inside of heaven. I mean, they are ripping them apart at the moment. It feels like Liquid can do no wrong. Other than losing that B bomb site, when the near force buy worked out.
Yep, and the pistol, which was also really close. Legacy getting outclassed. Yeah, the awareness right now is crazy for Liquid. The amount of map control and how fast they're taking it is also crazy. You're not getting 20-second execs with slow outside crawls. You're getting fast outside takes.
There's already so much evidence that clearly just shows Liquid are on the same page coming into this map. If they continue in this fashion, this is going to be a real reference game for Team Liquid moving forward throughout this event. It's only the opening day, and it is a strong Nuke performance, at least so far on the T side. No mistakes to be pointed at so far.
173 ADR already.
Yes, sir. And no signs of slowing down. If anything, he's only been speeding up. No timeouts yet either for Legacy to try to slow this down.
I think they just stay present.
Okay.
That's their key.
That's the Brazilian
they live
mantra.
in the moment, yeah.
Ride or die. Careful, Nissim. Always dangerous to spray that full magazine as the solo ramp player, especially when your closest rotate wasn't even in hell yet.
With the silence done for.
Yeah, dog. You are asking for trouble. Or are Liquid. Try to take it to Nissim again. He'll find his one. siuhy able to catch a kill, but siuhy shows us that this form is not going anywhere. siuhy flips the third player down. They throw caution to the wind, not expecting dumau, and we get a little flash of brilliance here from the Legacy players. We know they have it in them, and they put it on full display here to, at the very least, secure a third CT round win.
I like the exact. They look very well drilled on the dry run, but Nissim just picked the perfect time to peek out after he got his reload in at first kill. Every step of the way, it looked scary, and then one pickoff came, and the rotations were in very quickly. So nice counter here for Legacy, and it's not too late for them to recover the half, that's for sure. It's too late to have an impressive half, but they don't need that to win the game.
Ultimate trying to find opening op shots, but that is Sadzin's job. Ramp held with no Nissim in play on the actual ramp room. It's going to cause a bit of a desperate scramble downstairs from those A defenders.
Interesting.
put Nissim Garage. This really opened a door for Liquid. They find they hit the nail on the head in terms of the setups. Alish getting past dumau.
That's info too.
Stuck inside of the fire. He'll plant on the side of Decon. And with those two players that scrambled down the vents, nobody took up position in decontamination. And so Team Liquid find the perfect answer.
3v5.
And they find it fast. They make that swift move down into B. You've got Nerds locked in on the double door. Flash coming at him. A challenge here from Nissim. No immediate trade. The last two CTs trying to get in. Alish has got the wider angle, but it's going to be Legacy with a chance and man advantage. Nap spraying into it. Down to 46. Lotto survives. And so will Legacy. Keeping Liquid away from that 7th. They were flushed down the ramp room with no anchor in position. Still, Legacy come out on top with the retake.
I do love it. That's so good from Legacy. I mean, even though it's a 3v5, they almost lose. Getting back into that after Nurse got his first kill on Con was in control room, excuse me, was very difficult. So very good at keeping their nerves calm. Timeout comes through for Liquid. They want to make this one hurt as much as possible. And there's the only sort of starting flub. Every other time that they've kicked off a default, it's either been successful or they get lots of space without losing any players. And here they almost bring back a finished situation where Legacy get the first 2 kills.
Wow.
Oh,
last bullet.
Last bullet.
Ooh, that makes it all the sweeter.
Especially if they put this one up too.
Seizing what's left of this CT side. Got a Battle of the Oppers queued up. Sadson walking it back.
Oh, the timing is... He's caught almost a couple, but now he's been spotted.
Luckily for them, they do have a player towards Secret. Will dumau take the chance to try to get into some kind of outer hold? Feels like Legacy could try to throw a wrench in the works of this approach. dumau starts to get active, loses the duel to Alish.
He's going to get one, you know. Right
His last round was his best, but...
Yeah, Alish's presence in this half so far has been titanic.
First casualty of round 11 is Legacy. And now this triple A defense kind of kerneling up, but at 35 seconds, the fight could still come their way. Unfortunately, this setup has been peeled apart by Heaven Wraps usually, but no Heaven position here for Liquid. And so maybe the setup works. Lotto, top hut, holds off with Lux in vent. And as he drops down, that's going to draw attention. Lux holds his. He gets cleared out, and Sadson's op has found its mark. 3v3 with health advantage for Legacy. They go for that lobby wrap, but Team Liquid down to the B bomb site are going to find it open for the taking. However, Vent reopened, and now it's a desperate act for Ultimate to try to put this bomb down. Pressure's not on him enough to stop the plant, and Alish has got the cover. Just enough for Ultimate to land that op shot. And Sadson knows that he's stuck up close. Flash to try to keep Alish out. Ultimate no-scope close. And Liquid win another.
They organized that under the most dire circumstances, sneaking down the vent, going into B. That's the kind of mid-round you want to see. That's beautiful out of Liquid. And again, on openers, there's just no one better than Alish at the moment. He can only play from behind so many times.
Ooh, nice. There we go. It's a bit late in the half, but it is still Alish sat down in the 12th. Nap ahead of the utilities. Gonna catch you off. dumau barely alive, but luckily still Lotto in from hut. Nertz has got his answer outer. Keeping
what?
Pressure.
Why would you come back down in the lobby?
It's a siuhy play. That's what they say.
That is kind of ridiculous, actually. There's so much info.
It was like fuming.
The lobby push and the ramp players.
Sometimes.
And Nap just died, and they had the hut push. I mean, they kind of knew that was not That was not theirs.
Getting a little excited in the moment, you know? Inspired by the individual heroics of the round prior. But siuhy ain't that guy. Ooh, dumau knows what you're doing.
Yeah, because his big dumper just made noise on top of that metal. If Nertz is smiling about it.
Yeah, but it's going to cost him.
Yeah.
He's like, ah, shit. My bad. He knows he messed that one up. And Ultimate getting tagged by that Molotov means they know exactly where he is. 30 seconds, bomb on his back. Legacy with a recovery within this CT side. Still, never a good feeling when you're trailing at the end of a CT side on Nuke. But with how much momentum Liquid had, with how great of a half Elige has played, you can't be too upset if you are Legacy. There is time to still steal this away. Majority alive inside of the lobby. Legacy can keep their heads held high knowing that they found the answer, at least throughout the defense.
Yeah, they did. And maybe there was a room for a couple more small decisions that could have won. That one from siuhy definitely sticks out. Don't know how that actually happens, to be honest, but with the half overall, it's still very successful. I don't think this is what Legacy expected. Doing the change up in this veto, I think they're going to be pretty disappointed with how this has started. And it's not even the numbers. T-Side could be fine. It's just, I think they looked way more lost than Liquid did. Liquid looked like they were in full control. Their protocols look super sound.
That shot. Woo. You had 2 players ready for that.
No, two players they knew about as well.
Yeah, that was crazy. Crazy play.
Damn. Didn't just die in game.
I was going to say, a little dramatic.
Yeah, still gone.
But he knows. Oh, he knows. Thing is, though, you know, even if not the failed jump, he knew what was up.
Yeah, he made it clap, dude. He knew what was going on.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, Elige back in with it. Gets Gush, though, and Ultimate's long-range USP connect, so man advantage here for Liquid. These teams have split both maps in terms of the pistols. Are we going to do it again? Okay, dumau, dangerous game, swooping in through main like that. Ultimate 3 kills deep. Trying to challenge Elige for the top spot on Liquid's scoreboard. Locks into the back of the garage and taps out another huge pistol here for Ultimate. Setting up Liquid for some CT momentum and a chance to close this series early.
My goodness, that's 4 for Ultimate on this pistol. Almost had the clutch in pistol number 1 a Nuke as well. What a guy. I guess you got to do this the hard way.
We usually praise them with rounds like these, but it is Nertz on a ladder. Dropped. Yeah. Snap draws attention over towards the big box. It is easy for him and Ultimate versus this attempt for Legacy. No ramp control afforded to them. Bomb on the ground. And it is just a matter of time before Nissim comes to an end.
It's funny because I don't think there's another gun you could use that and it would make sense, but he's blocking the entrance to the vent and has an SMG, so it doesn't matter where his bullets go.
No, sir. Good to go.
I've heard of nerd ropes, but not ladder nerds.
Okay, that is a Willy Wonka candy joke, isn't it? Yeah, all right. Nerd ropes. Didn't think those were coming up today. Wasn't ready for that one. That is a thing.
I did that for you, man. I know you love those. I haven't even tried it yet.
Appreciate you. You little sweet tart. Here comes the attack into the A play. You got little to lose if you are Legacy. siuhy pressing a FAMAS into the door is a dangerous game, but he's got the Tech 9 to rely on as the FAMAS goes dry, and it is a clean sweep here for Liquid. Again, you know, we've only had one pistol not get converted for the full 3-0 start. That was Legacy in this first half of Nuke. Now Team Liquid making up for it, doubling the rounds of Legacy as their first gun round's about to come in. But it just feels like there's a huge gap between Liquid and Legacy in this map.
There is, yeah.
And when you think back to the first half of Inferno, same thing. You know, the Mirage back and forth, that round 24 loss to a 3v5, that could have been a backbreaker for Liquid, could have set a tone for the rest of the day, but instead they just used it to fire themselves up and have not looked in the rearview mirror since, leaving Legacy in the dust without Dust 2 needed.
It's crazy because Liquid are, you know, we saw map 1, got a little scared. Liege had problems with or without Liquid, joining another team that had a choke-in issue on Complexity. Then Liquid without him, obviously had that problem as well with Twist. Now they joined forces, and maybe, again, that is the solution. It's the thing on both parties' minds. This is the one thing they have to solve to make their potential zoom out coming up. Wow. Oh, very nice kill, but shot in the side. Lots of CTs down here. Only one spotted. The Ts will go slowly, but if they walk out ramp, that might be the best solution. I don't know if they're going to go lower, but wow, they're getting spread out.
They're doubling back towards Hut. The thing is, Ultimate dropped off of Heaven. He committed himself into this A site.
They might have overcooked.
They're trying to rock it back, but he could straight up cut off the bomb. Molotov goes past him, and it didn't even land. So he's able to catch bomb. Here's the utility usage of the other player, but this is a 2v1 split for the CTs if they push that squeaky door. Ultimate's gonna try, but doesn't fully clear these corners, and it is Team Liquid that overstep into the crosshairs of Legacy, who come up 3 players strong and take a 6th round with it.
Legacy always had an extra player to work with in that spot. It was just like, it was hard to read, though, if they should have gone lower or not. I don't think they knew about the guy on control steps, as well as Nerds, as well as the third player they killed first here in siuhy, so that's just not an easy round to figure out at all. So well done here for Legacy. Money's still fine for Liquid. Looks like one tough one to go to get an eco. Flashy getting involved. And Liege still pushing 123 ADR, moving well into the second half.
Certainly going to keep the pressure on. But Legacy's year was born under pressure. Ultimate eats flashes on the crossover to Red.
Vision.
Oof, but Liege has got the opening. And a bit of damage onto Lux, who gets himself 2 kills so far. Nissim ready to already take over A site, emerging into Nerds. There's a second defender here. And with the smoke in front of main, they're going to lose that vision. So B feels compromised. Sadzin gets blasted by Naf up in Heaven. And siuhy takes the response back from Lotto. So this ball remains rolling. Down towards the B site goes Legacy. And Naf a bit late to the party. There is already footing for Lotto inside of the site. Naf emerging from the doorway as Lotto just picked up that bomb. They had to chuck it over towards him.
They got a lot of retake utility. No smoke, but Nerds is also coming in on the flank. Is that bomb getting planted or not?
No, sir. They're going to try to take the fight towards ramp instead, but Naf is happy to just let them fall back towards him.
Called out.
Frag on Lux, 30 health for him to work, and it is a Nafly triple kill in round 17 to take a Liege and co. one step closer to the victory today.
Would have been pricey for Liquid, but I think it's way too expensive for Legacy to sustain. We've got to see about their money with no bomb plant right there. Gotta wonder if their hopes of the game go with that. Oh, man. It's grim. It's still serviceable. They got lots of utility. They favor these Galils, but we're at that point where they were on Inferno, where they're scrambling. A lot of ranged fights on this map too. So where Galils can definitely be harmful, but at least 2 AKs to work with. Uh-oh.
Yeah, ultimate confidence on this one. He's going to collect first blood in round 18. Pressure's on, though. And that pressure alleviated by siuhy slipping down in with the double kill.
Beautiful.
So many bodies for Team Liquid, ready almost for that A execute. Everybody had a job and they played it well, and NAF is not going to give you any chance to catch your breath. The only thing that goes Legacy's way is a single kill in the 1v5. That is totally Team Liquid.
Yeah, that's the most crushing round ever. Complete collapse now for Legacy. This Liquid look good. Both sides of this game appear to only be getting stronger, in fact. And it might be their repeat victory. Yes, Liquid would have traded the loss, a loss to Legacy to win CAC, but to be able to beat the champions twice, that'll say something for them here in this event.
There's questions around Legacy and the ability to win an event and to follow through with success, and we saw reasons to believe in it back on Mirage, pulling rounds out when they had no business winning. But that's dried up, and now that's the only kind of edge we can give them in this series. Congrats, you won more disadvantageous positions. But a lot of these halves now kind of way too one-sided for Legacy's liking. Who's going to break them out of this drought? It is 6 rounds consecutive needed.
I mean, the last round they won, Lux got 2 entries, and he was the only guy with like 40 ADR before the round started, so not many outs on T side.
Meanwhile, everything coming together perfectly for this third map. You get Elige dominating the server, you get Nertz and Ultimate in the great form of support, and siuhy and NAF with a couple of their own, and it is just Liquid aggressive into the lobby, ready to take this map away, ready to take this series and to start Bucharest Masters in the 1-0 pool. But no escape here for Nertz, and a chance to pick up some better rifles for Sadzin. He's here for a gun. Team Liquid sensed blood in the water, round 19. Gonna be a tough grab. But at least there's no further pressure here for Liquid. Instead, it's gonna be siuhy outside, and Nissim falling off of the rooftops remains on high alert.
And siuhy loves just giving back these positions, I can't lie.
It's gonna queue up NAF to get the kill instead. Smoke for main, pushes NAF into the duel. Oh, never mind.
It's all about your intention.
Is it?
No.
I mean, it did get NAF to fight.
Yeah.
Just no kill capitalized on, and now Elige will wait. Ready to spring his trap. Oof, Nissim, nicely done. Gets that instant entry, fire on NAF's feet, but still, he'll blindside the bomb carrier. 10 seconds on this clock, they have no clue where Ultimate's at. And he's gonna try to get into this, but you're not gonna stop dumau from the plant.
You can see over top of this or not?
Ah, the smoke just cycles over, and he's gonna have to take that wrap around the bomb site instead. Now he's got a smoke and he's got a kit. Does he try to cover bomb or block off Nissim? What's the call? For now, he'll remain with the element of surprise, but dumau is tucked in on the other side of that door. It's gonna be a nasty turnaround if Ultimate gets both, but neither with his name on it. Nissim will find the solution here. Walks back out of hut, gets the kill on siuhy, capitalizes on then the kill towards Elige, and closes out 2v1.
Yeah, and it's siuhy who gave back to position.
Yes, sir.
In the 4v3. The lower kill in this previous round made it possible as well. It kind of feels like when Elige played on FaZe, that was the one thing, was like, you know, you could play well, but it's almost like he was trying to be too FaZe and push too hard and things like that. And there's definitely been situations you could count on 2 hands here for siuhy where it's kind of not needed. It's definitely not needed. And
Wow.
maybe it's not a problem, but maybe it is.
This one keeps him in it. When Sadzin will be right there to capitalize. Ultimate dead. siuhy with nothing but a 5-7. Stuck on top of the hut. Still, though, between Elise and Nerds, there are potential for heroics.
Man, that's everybody outside for the CT side. All chasing Ghost. Zoom out, just multiplying his presence. Oh, and dying to the Elise op.
Gives siuhy the M4, switches over to the sniper. They hear the rumblings of the ramp play. siuhy yet to get into it, but he knows there's multiple bodies here, and Elise wants into the action first. Ahead of the flash, hits the follow-up shot. siuhy still looking to support, but this is all Elise.
With the op.
3 kills to his name, 23 frags on the board.
Hey, now he's done it all this game.
Oh my god, dude. Just to keep Legacy scrambling here with low health on Sadzin. Elise is going to get caught by the awkward approach of Lotto, not an angle he anticipates. Lotto trying to come down towards siuhy, who also falters. Now, there is damage done at the very least. 37 health combined for what's left of Legacy. 20 seconds to that clock, and they're going to go for that heaven into A play where nobody is. Nobody can be found to stop them.
Oh, he just missed it because he has to go plant. The bomb is on the op.
Cleared out from the top of the rafters. Pressure here for Lotto, and the op is empty. Those few seconds, and a spam that connects. That's going to take Lotto down even further. Now only 5 health, but 5 health's enough with the op. Nerds up front, the double from Lotto. Just barely. Legacy, hang on.
Oh my goodness. 5 health, baby. After that Elise round?
Not to mention that wallbang, dude. Survives that wallbang on 5 HP. So close to just getting it over the line. Team Liquid still 4 chances to do so, but the money has dried up. Elise has not slowed down. But the economy has for Liquid, and it is Elise the first casualty of this one. Ooh, don't give Legacy a reason to believe. A chance to recover. Time to get loud. The timing. That's fine. That's all they need. A reason to commit to this A site. Everybody's in, prepared and ready. Bomb drop, sure. The Zeus gets it, but a gimmick's not going to save you here, Liquid. 3 rounds the gap for Legacy.
Back in the game. We can point to the moments. 1 kill here and there.
It's a buyback on the table. So Liquid, chance to close again. Sadzin, chance to open. But nobody home inside of main. It's Nerds climbing up towards hut instead. They're gonna know he's up there. Trajectory of the smoke. Nerds happy to try to sign up for an early duel. Elige, we've talked about the varied playbook of Team Liquid on that T side. A challenge out from Secret could damn well catch dumau off guard. But he's playing it cautiously for the time being, and Elige is too. Yet to take a look over top of that staircase. Knows he's got a chance to collect himself here, but fire burns out at a minute. Legacy, 4 players on this outer approach. Naf locking horns with Nissum, wins the lobby duel. Another man disadvantage to try to fight back from, and then they're crossing after the smokes have faded. So it's an easy pickup here for Ultimate. A chance for Liquid to close out right now, 5v3. But it was a 3v5 with Tech9s back on Mirage that cost Liquid a chance at winning map 1. We haven't seen those kinds of wild antics come from Legacy yet on Nuke, but now would be the time to pull it off. In front of Elige, who's working with 13 bullets in the magazine. His teammate Molotov'd off. Elige gets the one clean, and the crossover from the Tech9 B site under wraps. They're gonna take this challenge down. They've gotta offer up some of their health. Nerds is burning, and that's fine. Because you've got Ultimate at least clearing 1. Lotto's 1v3, plant attempt, 6 seconds, and they're gonna just toy with him. Time has expired, and Liquid have done it in a group stage again. They have taken a victory over top of Legacy with some lopsided halves in this series. Sure, Mirage eludes them, but Legacy dropped to Liquid in the 0-0 game to start Bucharest Masters.
Okay, so here's the thing. We need to talk about the